Welcome to the 36th and 37th anniversary of the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers and Illustrators of the Future.
When Daedalus first stretched his makeshift wings to soar towards the heavens, humanity was able to tell a story. It was a story of striving for something new, something greater than the fulfillment of a single life. To tell a story is to embrace the spirit, the essence of the heart and soul. For eons, that tradition went uninterrupted, spoken from generation to generation, or painted on every possible surface. Then came canvas and the page, a new era of storytelling. The speed of our achievement began to match the pace of our dreams. The Industrial Revolution, which so changed the size of the world we live in, also changed the nature of the stories we tell. Daring adventurers stretched the limits of science and art, pursuing the dreams of the creative, and humanity flew. A single story could be shared with millions. Storytellers like Dickens with his Great Expectations, Verne and his 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and Wells with his War of the Worlds paved the way for Steinbeck with his Grapes of Wrath, Mann's Royal Highness, and L. Ron Hubbard's To the Stars, to lay a literary foundation for the golden age of storytelling, a road map to the future. McCaffrey's Dragons of Pern, Bradbury with his Fahrenheit 451, Heinlein's Starship Troopers, Frank Herbert's Dune, and a wave of far-seeing, almost prophetic writers of the human condition created a new world for the modern novelists such as Kevin Anderson, Larry Niven, and Orson Scott Card to create in. And in turn, these storytellers have found the bright torch of creation to be one that can be passed along to the next generation of great creators. But a curious thing has happened. For a score of centuries, humanity strove to catch up to the impossible dream of Daedalus's flight, and in the last 85 years, we caught up to the future told in the stories of those who wrote such far-fetched dreams. The current judges and winners of Writers of the Future live in a world where jetpacks are real. Google is testing the self-driving car. Sony has created robots that look like humans. As the torch of imagination is shared with this newest group of writers and illustrators of the future winners, we can only imagine what wonders they will discover as we come full circle into a new golden age.
Please welcome our Mistress of Ceremonies, Executive Director of Author Services, representing the literary works of L. Ron Hubbard, Ms. Gunhild Jacobs.
Thank you very much, and good evening. What a couple of years we've been through, but tonight we are grateful that we can get together again, and this time for a double dose of magic, because we are honoring not 24, but 50 outstanding writer and illustrator winners selected by our all-star blue ribbon judges. So from all of us at Author Services and Galaxy Press, I want to welcome all of you to the 2021 celebration of science fiction and fantasy writing and art. We have 33 winners from Volume 36 and 37 with us tonight. The balance of the awardees are not able to make it due to travel restrictions, or as in the case of K.D. Juliger, she just had a baby. We are also honored to hear from Tony Weisskopf, publisher of Baen Books, as our keynote speaker. This year we will release not one, but two Writers of the Future anthologies, volumes 36 and 37. While volume 36 was released online in 2020, it was never released at our own event, and the grand prize winners from that volume were never announced. So now, to release L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future, Volumes 36 and 37, please welcome the President Galaxy Press, Mr. John Goodwin.
Thank you. 2020, 2021, 2 unreal years, 2 very real books. L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future, Volume 36, and L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future, Volume 37. And here they are.
What you'll find in the Writers of the Future anthology is a sampling of some of the best and the finest new writers of our time.
And so it really does help the best rise to the top.
It's not specialized in very hard science fiction, fantasy, horror.
It's a diverse mix of imaginative stories. You get wonderful, surprising, powerful, moving stories from writers who have acquired the finest tools that the literature of science fiction and fantasy supply.
Great stories. Just read for the great stories. And the art, it's all good.
This is the face of science fiction as it is today.
So get ready to be carried away to places no one has ever gone before. Discover the mesmerizing power of these new voices, the chosen ones, selected by today's best-selling science fiction and fantasy authors and artists. I hope you enjoy this double shot of imagination as much as we enjoyed finding the talent. And bringing their creativity to you in the form of these soon-to-be best-selling and award-winning books. Thank you.
My people, it's so great to be here. I'd like to thank the organizers of the Writer of the Future event for inviting me here to talk to you all. Is it not a lovely venue? Yeah. At workshops, I am notorious for asking writers what their theme is. So I will make it easy on you guys and give you the theme of my speech right up front. Since it is so likely that children will meet with cruel enemies, let them at least have heard of brave knights and heroic courage. Otherwise, you are making their destiny not brighter, but darker. C.S. Lewis said that, yes. And I'll get back to that theme in a minute. My association with the Writers of the Future goes back a long way, longer than some of this year's winners have been alive, in fact. While I was still in college a long, long time ago, I knew that I wanted to become involved in science fiction publishing as an editor. In my senior year, I would attend science fiction conventions with resume in hand. One of my good friends was A.J. Algis Budrys, the founding judge of Writers of the Future. Yes. He and Author Services would throw parties at conventions to publicize the contest. And those parties were much more modest than this event, though still, I have to say, very classy. They always had the best canapes, and one of the reasons why is Part of my earliest recollection of the writers of the future, chopping cheese and cutting vegetables in a hotel suite. I have come a long way in 4 decades, and so has the contest. One of the reasons I'm here speaking to you is because over the years there have been many writers of the future judges, illustrators of the future judges, and winners associated with my company, Bain Books. Some of the more than 20 judges whose work we've had the honor of publishing include the aforementioned Algis Budrys, Tim Powers, Kevin J. Anderson, Gregory Benford, Anne McCaffrey, Larry Niven, and Jerry Pornell. Many of your artist judges have graced our covers too, including Bob Eggleton and Dan Dos Santos, who is here with us tonight. And we've not only published those folks, but also a bunch of the Writers of the Future winners too, including novels by Eric Flint, who is himself now a judge for the contest, and in alphabetical order. Oh yeah, clap for Eric, yeah. Oh, yeah. In alphabetical order, Stoney Compton, Jim Glass, John Moore, Martin Shoemaker, Eric James Stone, and Brad R. Torgerson. Winner Bill Ledbetter works with us on our Jim Bain Memorial Award Short Story Contest. And winner Sean Patrick Hazlitt is editing a couple of original anthologies for us. His next one is due out next year. And let me tell you, there has never been a better time to be involved with science fiction. Science fiction won. At the box office, on TV, in popular culture of all kinds. IKEA is using robots to sell furniture. And somehow rockets sell mortgages. I don't know how. But there is an actual company called iRobot. It's not just a book title from Isaac Asimov. Our biggest billionaires are true believers. Jeff Bezos collects science fiction art and is a science fiction fan. Elon Musk is too. Even Senator Ted Cruz quotes Star Trek. But there is a downside to all of that. Back in the day, there was a sense that we, those of us who read and wrote and illustrated and published and reviewed SF and chopped cheese and threw parties, that we were all in this together. It was, to quote a fanish trope, a proud and lonely thing to be a fan. Well, we have lost the lonely, and some of us might say we are on the way to losing the proud part too. But we don't have to. We, all of us here, the bright stars of the future, together with your experienced judges and workshop coaches, we are a community. And tonight, I want to remind us of some of the things that we do right as a community, things that we can be proud of. I'm not saying that there's no room for improvement. I'm just saying that I prefer to focus on the positives, the things that bring us together, not the things that divide us. And in my 50 or so years of being part of this community, I've come to the conclusion that science fiction is a conversation. Science fiction is a literature of ideas, and ideas were made to be shared. There is room for everybody here. That's not an accident. The people who make up the community of science fiction have always been inclusive and have always been generous of spirit. One of the things we do well as a community is pay it forward. L. Ron Hubbard created Writers of the Future to pay it forward. Our culture was one of inclusion. The only criteria needed to join, enjoy science fiction. That's it. Boom, there's your secret handshake, you're in. And I have seen that personally in action for over 40 years. My point being, there is no need to be ashamed of where you come from. It's okay to be proud of the community that you belong to and that you all contribute to. So, lift each other up. Share your experiences with newer writers and artists, just as the writers and illustrators of the future have helped you. Keep the chain of pay it forward going. Include everyone in your futures. Keep the conversations going. And most importantly, be proud to tell your tales of brave knights and heroic courage and show competent, good people solving problems. And if that's not how you work, show the dark side of if this goes on. Show us where we don't want to go. But mostly, lift each other's up. Let your words lift each other up. Make our futures brighter, not darker. We're going to need it.
And now, on to the awards. While all the winners get prestigious awards, only one writer and one illustrator will receive the L. Ron Hubbard Golden Pen and Golden Brass Awards, an achievement that can and does change the course of their lives.
Thank you all so much for being here. That's the first group I want to thank. And then I also want to thank all the other amazing contestants. Everyone else here has been so wonderful. It's been wonderful to spend a week with you all and enjoy that camaraderie that comes with having the same kind of mind and way of looking at things, and it's been wonderful.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here. I firstly just wanted to thank all of the people that write and illustrate fantastical stories. I really think they just make the world a more wonderful and hopeful place, and they've always helped and inspired me so much. And all the judges and guest speakers this week, I have so loved learning from you all, and I haven't been that excited to wake up early consecutive days in a row for a really long time. So thank you, it was amazing.
Well, just want to start off by thanking all you lovely people in the audience for joining us here tonight to wish myself, my fellow illustrators, and all the amazing authors that are with us tonight to celebrate this amazing occasion. I appreciate all the knowledge you guys have given me, and yes, thank you.
Thanks to the judges for really paying it forward. They're busy people. I'm honored to be on the receiving end of all they've done for us. To Heather Lawrence, who illustrated my story. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's flattering to have someone just kind of poring over your work, thinking about the best way to realize it in a new medium.
Well, ever since I was 5, I knew I wanted to be an artist. And I saw the illustrations in the books and the media around me, and I thought, the world is a better place because of this beauty that's there. And I wanted to be the person who was creating those awesome, inspiring illustrations. And that journey has led me to here. When we started this, we were the illustrators of the future, but let us now be the illustrators of the present.
So I would like to thank L. Ron Hubbard for creating this wonderful contest, everybody at Author Services and Writers of the Future for making it happen, my family and my friends and my writing groups, my team at work that's putting up with me being gone, and of course the winners here and Will for creating a beautiful piece of art for me. Thank you.
Yo, what's up, LA? I'd like to thank Barbara for writing such an amazing story. It was really fun to illustrate. Thank you, Author Services. Thank you, judges.
So I'm arriving with the full energy of everything going on, all the excitement. And I just want to say thank you so much to all of my fellow writers and illustrators who have made me feel so welcome.
So I'm going to start with the obvious thanks first, which is thank you to everybody at Galaxy Press and Author Services for organizing this whole thing. Very dope, very rad. Thank you very much. And also a shout out to L. Ron Hubbard for starting this whole thing.
It's mine. First of all, thank you everybody who came out tonight and everybody who is there at home watching. We appreciate it. Thanks for the support, guys. It means a lot. And a huge thanks to Mr. Hubbard for this contest and keeping it alive. It's amazing.
So first of all, I'd love to thank L. Ron Hubbard, Author Services, and all the judges for making this event possible and for putting their faith in me as an illustrator. I'm so honored to be here with all these amazing illustrators.
I think now more than ever, the world needs stories. They need stories for their ability to help others see the world through different eyes and to explore new ideas in a way that's not threatening and might help them make realizations. And I can't think of anyone who's done more to proliferate that ability than Mr. Hubbard and his foundation. So I'm just tremendously grateful.
Well, thanks so much. This is so thrilling. I appreciate it.
I'd like to open my thanks for the contest coordinators and staff at the Author Services for all their work, their hard work for both the contest and for this week. Also like to recognize my illustrator, Andre Mata, who's a Portugal resident, so he couldn't get here, but hopefully next year he'll be here.
I'm very grateful to be here this week, as for all that's been provided by the people who make Writers of the Future possible prior to this week, especially the judges. This includes encouragement for some of my 14 previous attempts in entering the contest.
Well, just like FJ, I submitted to this contest 14 times before I got in. And I finally found my way up here, but there were a few rough years there. During those times, every now and then I would get an email from Joni telling me that I had won another honorable mention or a silver honorable mention. And those just gave me that little bit of hope that I needed to keep on with my writing.
I'm so honored to be a part of this organization and this contest. I want to say a special thank you to L. Ron Hubbard for believing in the future of this genre when not too many people do. I want to say thank you to all the judges, mentors, Galaxy Press, and Author Services for giving so much of yourselves to us.
You know, this is an amazing thing, bringing all these new writers and illustrators together. And I first submitted to this contest when I was 18 years old. So here I am 19 years later. So it's a long time coming, but... This has been an unforgettable experience. Thank you to my illustrator, Rupam, for his amazing artwork. You know, when I heard that I won the contest, I smiled and I grinned really big. But when I saw Rupam's vision of my work, I cried.
I feel a little envious about the people that only submitted for 19 years. I was submitting in the 90s, so... I want to thank the judges for their guidance and generosity. Mariah for an awesome illustration. Not only captured the story, but she put herself into it, her own vision. I thought that was incredible.
I just want to thank everyone who's here today and also the people who couldn't make it, but hopefully you can make the next one. I want to thank L. Ron Hubbard, the Writers of the Future, just everyone who's made this come together. Thank you so much, Trent, for writing an amazing story. It touched my heart. I read it at least 1 million times. Like, I love it. It's so good. And I also wanted to thank just all the people who I've met here. You guys are so sweet, amazing, and thank you so much.
I'll end with a thank you to the judges. You've given me something that I didn't know that I needed so bad, which was a confidence in my work and a belief in myself. It's something intangible that I hope to keep with me for years to come, so thank you for that.
I'd also like to thank the judges, not just for the time they took to judge and their amazing great taste, but also the time they put into the time they put in to come and give us words of advice and to give us encouragement and just be open to talk about any aspect of writing. It's been great.
And finally, I would like to thank the judges for how incredibly wise and supportive they've been of the writers over the past week and for how much they've been willing to give to us over the course of this week. Thank you so much. For the writers who are still submitting to this contest, keep entering. You never know when you're going to win.
Like, you see, I'm from Turkey, and from a small town in Turkey to LA, I cannot express how thankful I am, how grateful I am for the judges and volunteers for their time here, and of course, Author Services for their hard work. But most importantly, I would like to say thank you to my parents. I'm very grateful for them. The parents that supported me through thick and thin. in a country that didn't care about art and dreams.
It has been such an amazing whirlwind of a week. I'm very grateful to all the support that my teachers and mentors have given me throughout the years. They encouraged me to believe that a career in art was a possibility, even when I didn't believe in myself.
I am deeply honored to be able to stand on this stage tonight. This still hasn't really hit me yet. It's kind of mind-blowing for me. I'm very grateful to be a part of this contest and to be able to meet all of these wonderful writers and illustrators as well.
Humbled to have met writers of such caliber whose stories have all impressed me so much. There are people who deserve thanks. Mr. L. Ron Hubbard, without whom this opportunity wouldn't exist. Author Services and Galaxy Press for going above and beyond to support all of us. Mr. Mesa Matak, your artwork is such that stories should be written for it rather than the other way around.
First and foremost, I would like to thank L. Ron Hubbard for creating this very inspiring contest for all those aspiring writers and illustrators to be able to expose their work and their art throughout the world.
I'm incredibly honored to have met a group of such talented artists and mentors. Having this peer group is invaluable as an artist. I feel that we hold each other accountable as we work towards our goals. I also want to thank both writers Tim and Brittany for their wonderful stories in volumes 36 and 37 that I had the honor of illustrating.
I'm here. This is so cool. This week has been amazing. I want to thank Mr. Hubbard, of course, for founding this contest. I want to thank Galaxy Press and Author Services. They've been amazing hosts, done so much. The judges, especially Tim and Dave, who helped us navigate through the week and taught us so much.
I'm honored to be a part of this group of incredibly talented writers and illustrators, and I'm excited to see how we carry forward and shape the future of the genres that we love. And I guess I want to encourage anyone watching who wants to be a writer, who wants to do this, to submit. Use the contest as a tool, as inspiration. Let it keep you moving. Let it give you a target to keep striving for, because we need that. And that's another special thing this contest does.
I was trying to figure out what I wanted to say about this program because it's just, or this contest, because it's just so big and amazing. And I was thinking back and thinking, what was L. Ron Hubbard's point here? And the word that keeps coming up as I think about it is motivation. I wanted to motivate the writers of the future, and now the illustrators of the future, to actually become those writers, right? And I felt that all week. And actually, I felt it before this week started. I felt it before I even ever submitted one time, right? Everybody out there who's thinking about submitting to this contest, you can do it. They want you to do it. We want you to do it. We want to find those writers of the future. So thank you, everybody, and this is awesome.
Oh, this is my favorite part. Each one of our artists is gifted well beyond the norm and has worked hard to gain the prowess that you've seen here tonight. And as much as beauty is in the eye of the beholder, it is also in the eye and the heart of the artist. As for us judges, we're thankful that we get to judge anonymously, or it would simply be too personal and too impossible with such a talented group of artists. But we did manage to come up with a grand prize winner for both volumes.
The Volume 36 Illustrators of the Future Golden Brush Award, with its beautiful trophy and grand prize check of $5,000, goes to the illustrator of The illustrator of
Stolen Sky on Lee.
Sorry guys, I'm still shaking. Thank you so much. This is still unreal at this moment, but I cannot express how grateful I am to be a part of this amazing event. And just to thank again, I'm so happy to be able to accept this award, and to see that my parents are so proud is just, I can't even express it in words, but once again, I'd just like to thank so much all the members of Authors Services and Galaxy Press for this to even be possible. Is an incredible journey that I will never forget. Thank you so much.
To do it again.
The Volume 37 Illustrators of the Future Golden Brush Award, with its beautiful trophy and grand prize check of $5,000, goes to the winner of the illustrator of How to Steal the Plot Armor, Dan Watson.
Hi everyone, thank you. I'd like to thank L. Ron Hubbard and Galaxy Press for creating and organising this event. I'd like to thank my mum and my dad, who've always supported and encouraged me over the years. Thank you to all my mentors who've helped me so much along the way, including Dan Dos Santos, who, with my friend and fellow illustrator Ben Hill, convinced me to sign up to this in the first place. Thank you to all my friends all over the world. And I love the fantasy and sci-fi community, the art, the writing, the people, but I'm sorry I can't be there in person this year, but thank you.
Anticipation lies thick in this room. I feel it in you. We're all brimming with anticipation to see which of these fine new writers will win the Golden Pen Awards for volumes 36 and 37.
Okay, the volume 36 Writers of the Future Golden Pen Award and grand prize check for $5,000 goes to the author of The Trade by C. Winspear.
G'day from Australia, from across the Pacific. The Golden Pen Award! Crazy! Whoa. It's probably good this is recorded because I am going to be an incomprehensible mess right now. I will be running around my little room, so excited. I'll be pulling out my novel from the trunk and I'll be giving it a good quick clean before I email it. All of you, you're all going to get one. I'm just going to be incomprehensible. So thank you 1,000 times. And this is not just an encouragement for me personally. This is, of course, an encouragement for my fellow writers here in Australia and across the world. We're a little bit further from the buzz of sci-fi and fantasy, which tends to be New York and I guess US focused. So thank you. This is huge encouragement. And I'm sure my fellow Sydney writers like Harry Goddard and Zoe Knowles and Layla Norsheen, who gave me some great advice on this story, so big thanks to her. I'm sure they're going to be winning their own awards soon enough. And of course I have to thank my parents, And I want to actually congratulate too the other authors who are in the anthology this year. A great company, and I look forward to defining the future of sci-fi and fantasy with you guys. So yes, there's nothing like this competition. There's nothing in this time where it's getting increasingly harder to get a short story or a novel published. Like just celebrates new talent the way that this contest does. So thank you 1,000 times. Thank you to Author Services and the big man L. Ron Hubbard for starting this award. I hope that some other famous authors soon start their own awards. No pressure. No pressure, but it'd be great to keep fostering new talent like this, keep the conversation going, keep everything alive, and just enjoy science fiction and fantasy as much as we all enjoyed it growing up. Continue that fire. So thank you, 1,000 thank yous. I look forward to seeing you all next year or as soon as I can. Mwah!
Wow. Imagine if he'd been here. And the Volume 37 Writers of the Future Golden Pen Award and grand prize check for $5,000 goes to the writer of the story Sixes by Barbara Lund.
Okay, so I cried at Joni when she called, and apparently I'm going to cry at you all as well. Thank you. Thank you to the judges, and thank you to my family, and thank you to everyone here. I did not expect this because I'm in such a great company of amazing writers. So thank you very much.
This marks the end of the 2021 L. Ron Hubbard Achievement Awards and the beginning of a new year of creative accomplishments. As L. Ron Hubbard stated, we instinctively revere the great artist, painter, or musician, and society as a whole looks upon them as not quite ordinary beings, and they are not. They are a cut above man. He who can truly communicate to others is a higher being who builds new worlds. From all of us at Author Services and Galaxy Press, congratulations to all the winners, and thank you all for being with us tonight. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
I'm Tim Powers, and I've been a judge for Writers of the Future for 35 years.
Hello, my name is Bea Jackson, and I am a past winner and current judge of the Illustrators of the Future contest.
Hi, I'm S.M. Sterling, also known as Steve, and this is my first year.
Hi, I'm Jody Lynn Nye. I've been a Writers of the Future judge for the last 5 years.
I'm Dan DeSantos. I'm one of the artist judges for Writers and Illustrators of the Future.
My name is Echo Chernick, and I'm the coordinating judge for the Illustrators of the Future.
Hi, my name is Tom Wood. This is my first year judging.
Hi, this is Kevin J. Anderson, and I've been a judge of Writers of the Future for 25 years. Over that time, I have discovered so many new stories, so many new writers, and if you read the new collection, Volume 37, you'll get some of the best science fiction, fantasy, and horror that's being written, and you'll find the new stars for tomorrow.